7171791.
Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of Dispatches from Shed Quarters. This is Mike Klutz.
And I'm Jason.
And Alexander Keith has joined us.
Yes, we got a third member today.
Yeah, we haven't done this in a while, so I figured it was time for some Thanksgiving cheer.
Yes, you know what? Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Did you have a good Thanksgiving? Canadian Thanksgiving?
Well, let's see. My family doesn't get together at all.
Okay.
Crystal's family got together today.
Oh.
And I had to work. So, because even though I'm in shipping, and shipping usually normally gets holidays off, I'm in the returns department, which is behind by about a week, over 1,000 modems. So we had to work.
Yes.
So, we finagled to come in an hour early, so we get down an hour earlier than normal. So
Nice.
7 to 4.
That's a good shift.
And Crystal brought me a plate of food home.
Ooh.
I inhaled it. And, Tally's been home this weekend. Xander's home for the week because it's reading week. So I had both boys home. And,
Sky moved back into?
no, but she was over visiting, and I got to see the grandbaby for a little bit today, and it was nice.
There you go.
And we just put Tally on the train. The train was 25 minutes delayed.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's packed. It's completely sold out. So so they were delayed leaving Windsor, and
so did he get a seat or is
he had a seat. He had his ticket.
I thought maybe he'd been put in storage or something.
We'll duct tape him to the front of the train.
Hold on tight, kid. We're gonna pick up some speed.
Hobo it. It's got to hobo it.
I did see a video of that on YouTube of a guy that is hopping trains and just. He's not a hobo. He's just an explorer.
Okay.
And he just wants to see where these trains go. So he hops on these trains and he rides them to the end of the line.
I will say it is fascinating. The few times I've been on a train, the first trip notwithstanding, because I got severe motion sickness.
Oh, fantastic.
But the next time, when we went to Chicago, we drove to Port Huron and then trained from Port Huron to Chicago. It is actually kind of neat to just watch the world go by from a train, because you're seeing a side of towns that you don't normally see. And it's not always the best side, but it's interesting.
No, because nobody really wants to build a house beside a train track.
Nope. No, but my parents' best friends, the wedding that I DJ'd back in the summer, they're right near the tracks over off Bloomfield there, and they love it.
Well, I would assume you get used to it after a while, and then you just...
They've made a bit of a game out of it. When a train goes by, because most trains that are on that track are passenger trains. Mm-hmm. So if a train goes by, you have to wave. If you don't wave, you get kicked out.
Kicked out of the train?
Kicked out of from their house. If they're having a party or whatever, you get kicked out of the yard. You have to wave at every train that goes by. They can't quite necessarily see you during the summer, particularly because there's trees and stuff. Yeah. But you have to wave, otherwise they will kick you off the property. That's the rule. And that happened during the wedding, too. Luckily, there was no train going by during the ceremony itself, but reception and everything, there was a few. And
okay.
That's the rule.
That's one of the most ridiculous yard rules I've ever heard.
They were this close to putting up a sign over by the track saying, "Hey, please wave to Barb and Sherry on their wedding day," but they weren't able to put it together in time to get it out there. So they thought of it kind of last minute.
Maybe next wedding. Yeah. There's always a next wedding.
This one took a while to come, so
I'm just
don't jinx it, man.
Oh no,
these are good people.
Okay, sure. I'm just saying it could happen.
Yeah, of course. The statistics are kind of
skewed
leaning towards
that.
Yeah.
It is a reality.
Unfortunately,
so, it's just one of those things. So what else is new?
No, that's about it. Really,
for another week.
Just between work and life, just haven't had much going on. Haven't been able to watch a whole. Wait a minute, wrong podcast. I'm not going to start talking about movies I watched, although I did watch a really, really cool movie.
What'd you watch?
I don't want to talk about it on here. This isn't.
Did you watch Joker?
Nope. I wanted to go, and I couldn't get out.
Because the scheduling that was initially was going to be pretty wonky for between me and you trying to get together to record this show. I was going to go see Joker tonight if we couldn't do this.
So I screwed you over for that.
No, because I can go see Joker whenever I want.
No.
But, well, not the rest of this week because I'm on afternoons, but...
And Friday, you're already occupied.
Yes, somewhat. We're not going to talk about that. Are we?
Nah.
Not yet, anyway.
Nah, not yet.
But the one thing that I was happy about, I between setting up the new basement studio and cleaning everything, I found my portable Blu-ray player.
Very cool.
And the power cord that goes with it.
That is key.
That is very key because I had no idea where that was.
I've run into that a few times.
Oh.
And then years later, I'm finding power cords and I don't know what they're from.
Yeah.
What is this?
There was...
And most adapters, if you look, they don't really have, like that one actually says Sony.
Yeah.
But that's rare. Most power adapters don't have a name on them.
just generic adapters.
We see that with our modems
Yeah.
at work. And like, yeah, you gotta get to know at a point. Now I've worked with them enough. I'm starting to get to know. Okay, that one's for this one. That one's for that one.
Very intimate
but they're
knowledge.
they're not labeled like that.
No.
Like this, they don't say Smart RG or Technicolor or whatever the brand is.
Yeah.
None of them do that.
Well, why would they? Because they pigeonhole themselves.
Yeah,
Did you see what I'm going to be watching for the rest of this week?
you have fun with that. I am not interested whatsoever.
Not interested.
Nope.
Okay, for the fans at home, I'm holding the definitive gold box edition of Twin Peaks. Since Jason doesn't
Not a
care
fan of
about
David
anything.
Lynch.
No,
No.
not after
Hell no. That's what killed it.
Lost Highway.
That's what killed it.
Yeah,
I'm sure I've saw one or two other David Lynch films.
Yeah.
What was Blue Velvet?
yes.
That's the only one that I've seen that I liked.
Yep.
So
Well, okay. My fascination with Twin Peaks is I never did watch it when it was on TV, but I read a book out of the library. Basically, it was breaking down what happened in this from the perspective of an FBI agent reading field notes.
okay.
And you got more backstory kind of thing. And after I got done reading the book, I went, I should probably watch the series because now I've got an idea as to what's going on. And it just seemed very interesting. And
The
that's
fact that you needed a book to fill in the gaps.
No. It wasn't filling in the gaps. It's just backstory.
Okay.
So where the book starts from the very beginning of like almost from Stone Age in Indian time. And it goes all the way up to just about the beginning of the series. So it gives you all this backstory of the area and the people involved in the area. So it's not filling in blanks. It's just telling you up to the point where these start.
That just sounds weird.
No, it's a very fascinating look at fiction because it is set up as an FBI agent finds a box, a sealed box, and nobody knows what's in it or who.
Anthrax.
Well, no.
No.
It was these field notes from this one FBI agent.
Okay.
So the agent that's writing the book, basically it's his reports to his superiors as he's chasing down the evidence and the veracity of the evidence that's in this box.
Okay. Now, Kyle MacLachlan was the lead in that show, right?
Yes.
And what was he, an FBI agent?
Yes.
Okay. So is he the one writing the book?
No.
Okay.
There's another FBI agent that mentions Kyle MacLachlan's character.
Okay.
So when it gets close to the end of the book, it starts to dovetail nicely with the series.
Okay.
So there's some like epic sci-fi weirdness that goes into building this. Lots of UFO, alternate dimensions and stuff like this. It's like right in my wheelhouse.
Okay.
And I just like, give me more. And then I went, oh yeah, there's an entire TV series about that. So I ended up, I found that set on Amazon and said I finished the book. And then when I finished the book, I went, oh, this is such a good book. And then I went looking for the sequel. Come to find out, that book that I read was a much older book. Now there is another book sequeling, I think, after the series.
Okay.
So
between the revival series?
yes.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of dovetailing between
Is it written by the same person? Not in the perspective of, but is it the same author?
I believe it is the same author. So you're going to get some continuity between, like,
that's important.
He's got the idea of what he wanted to do, and he's just like, okay, here we go. Here's more. So it's just filling out the universe of this story.
Yeah. Oh, it's hugely popular. Lynch, I can't do it. I can't do it. Not to mention, I don't need another show on my plate.
No,
I can't keep up with all my stuff that I'm trying to watch now.
Okay,
So,
like, I think you would feel very X Files vibe off of
right.
this. So you've already gotten your fill of of that. So that would explain your reticence of going like, I need not to do another TV series about weird shit that happens.
I like weird shit, but
yeah.
I have my limits.
Well, you said you binged the entire show.
X-Files, all X-Files, including the 2 movies, and I think I did it in less than 2 months.
That's
9 seasons plus the movies.
That's crazy.
And the first season of the new series.
Oh, okay. Did you throw Smoking Gun or the? What the fuck was
the Lone Gunman?
The Lone Gunman.
I don't think I watched that one.
No. Did you watch any of it when it was on TV?
No, because I didn't watch X-Files back in the day. That was one that I visited long after.
Okay.
Just like I never watched Firefly, but that's a whole nother story. That's a totally different.
That is a very different story. It's a sad tale.
Yes, it is.
Now, okay, there was
still angry.
Still, you should be. You should be angry with yourself. The a TV series began, and I wanted to watch it just because there was hype around it. Batwoman.
I have not watched it yet because I'm deep into all the Arrowverse stuff. Save
yourself the trouble.
Well, I can't.
Why not?
Because I am a fan of the Arrowverse. Particularly, I have to watch it. Only I have committed myself to watching it up until the Crisis in Infinite Earths.
Okay, the commitment word is kind of double-edged there for you.
I know, but that's because I am a big fan of the Arrowverse. I love what they've done with all that, and I'm so anxious for the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event because they've got huge crossovers happening. Like,
did you hear the latest?
What? What do you consider the latest? Because I've read stuff today.
Okay, about Tom Ellis.
Yes,
Lucifer.
That
is going to be in the Crisis on Infinite
Intriguing.
It fits.
They've got him. They've got Kevin Conroy doing a live action Batman. They've got Tom Welland and I don't know her name, who played Lois Lane on Smallville, both coming back.
Yeah.
They've got Brandon Routh, who's already in the Arrowverse as Ray Palmer, but he's actually playing Kingdom Come Superman.
Yes.
Rumor is they're going to have some connection to Michael Keaton Batman.
Ooh.
Burt Ward is making an appearance.
Nice.
But we don't know for sure if he is actually playing Robin, but he's walking the image that they've revealed, because they're revealing set pictures.
Yes.
And the image they saw was him walking a dog, and they think it might be Ace the Bat Dog.
Oh, nice.
That's the rumor anyways.
Okay.
I don't know if this is confirmed, but Linda Carter, who's already in the Arrowverse, she played the President of the United States in Supergirl. I know they were trying to get her to put the Wonder Woman tights back on.
Yes, please.
Because she still looks amazing too. So.
Oh yeah.
But she's possibly. I don't know if they got Mark Hamill to play Joker versus Conroy's Batman, but Mark Hamill's already in the Arrowverse as Trickster on Flash.
Yes.
Because he played the Trickster on the original 1990 show.
Yes.
And then he reprised the role on the new series.
Right. That's right. I remember that.
So I believe he is supposed to make an appearance. I'm missing one. But That's a stacked lineup.
It is. Like I said, they may as well have they have to go and try. And
They are swinging for the fences
Yeah.
on this one. Their crossover events have been really good leading up to
the
this.
problem. I did not like the CW crossover events because I was a fan of the Flash and I was watching the Flash, and then I would get one part of the crossover event, and I'm just like, well, where's the resolution of this story?
That's
And I'm
where
just like, damn it,
You got to
that's
tune in
right.
the next night for the next show.
Well,
Yes.
I was watching Flash on Netflix, so I was binging
Okay.
Flash seasons.
Yep.
So I would get a piece of
Yeah, because I don't think all the CW shows are on there,
No.
which is weird.
Yeah,
How
it's-
they have Flash and not the others? What?
it's just licensing.
Yeah, but it
It's
just seems
licensing.
weird.
No, it is what it is.
But I'm at least going to watch all of them to keep up until the Crisis is over. Once Crisis on Infinite Earths is over, Arrow is done after that.
Yeah.
And that's the show that started it all. But
Yeah.
they already said Arrow is done once the Crisis is over. Given what we know and where Arrow ended last season, it makes perfect sense.
Okay.
So, so now whether I stick with all of them afterwards, I don't know.
Besides Arrow, which would be your next favorite show that like
It was The Flash, but The Flash has kind of lost a little bit for me. I want to say DC Legends of Tomorrow.
okay.
Legends of Tomorrow, their first season was a little rough,
Yeah.
but then they really shifted into high gear, and it's just been so much fun.
Okay.
They really took it in they shifted to a different direction, making it a lot more playful,
Yep.
a lot more silly
Okay.
at times. I don't know if you remember, I posted with the season premiere last year because they brought in supernatural stuff. They brought in John Constantine as a series regular.
Okay. Oh.
And that series premiere last season, they had to take down basically these mystical creatures they're getting out of hell essentially.
Okay.
And so they have to find them and send them back.
Yep.
They go to Woodstock because there's a unicorn
Of course.
killing
there-
people at Woodstock.
Why wouldn't there be a unicorn?
And what happens? The one guy, Gary, he's this like nerdy looking dude from the Time Bureau. He's a huge geek, and he should not be in the field. Well, he was there helping them because it's Gary. And the unicorn bit his nipple off.
Oh no.
I freaking laughed so hard. I posted on Facebook about it immediately because how can you not love a show where somebody gets their nipple bitten off by a unicorn? You want to talk about weird?
Yeah.
Beat that, Twin Peaks. I don't think anybody got their nipple bitten off by a unicorn on Twin Peaks.
I would say no.
Episode 3.
It's just okay. I will watch the series. I will let you know.
But that's why I really got to really enjoy Legends of Tomorrow because it can just be so weird and fun.
Okay. Okay. Now back to Batwoman.
Batwoman.
All right, Batwoman. Do you put any stock in Rotten Tomatoes?
I know where you're going with this, and I
Okay.
did see a highlight. So, no, in general, I don't listen to. I put a tiny bit, I guess you could say, at least more in the case of I know this is not probably not going to be good, but it might surprise me, and I'll keep my opinions open. Okay,
Yeah.
and I know it's been ripped apart.
Oh yeah, by the general audience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the critics gave it a 77% positive, 8% from the.
I didn't
the
realize it was that bad.
I was watching a YouTube video and the guy was talking about it. He goes, "Yeah, it started out as an 8," and he goes, "Breaking news, it's down." He goes, "It started at 9." And then breaking news, it's now at 8%.
So maybe she won't survive the crisis either.
I don't. But I think they've got almost everything in the can. So it's brutal.
I mean, that show almost crippled Ruby Rose.
Ruby Rose almost crippled Ruby Rose.
Well,
not the show.
She shouldn't have been doing her own
She
stunts.
should not
You're right.
have. There's between Tom Cruise and his shenanigans in the
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible crap. You put so many people's jobs in jeopardy when you decide, I think I'm going to do my own stunts. and then you fuck yourself up, and everybody's going, well, I guess I got to find a new job.
Yeah,
So-
I remember hearing those arguments after the Tom Cruise situation. So, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, well, you can get a stunt man. They're a dime a dozen.
Yep.
So
And digital effects and whatnot.
exactly,
No one's going to know the difference.
no. You put a blue mask on this dude, and boom, Tom Cruise is now hanging off the
Look
side
what
of an
they've done
airplane.
with the new Will Smith movie.
Yeah.
Like that was Will Smith acting against Will Smith.
Yeah, I still don't want to see that movie.
I'm not really that interested either.
No.
Just the technical aspect of it. I saw an interesting article about it that this could be one of the first shots at the true death of Hollywood as we know it, because that technology has, at least from what we're seeing in the trailers, I haven't heard. I don't know anybody who's gone to see it, but that technology has made it look so good that they don't need real actors anymore.
No.
How long before they digitally create an actor?
They can do that now. They can.
But to look as
techno-
realistic as what they did with that movie.
Okay, they can do that now with. I can't remember the name of the. There's a program that can record, like, will take bits of your speech, and you can program in your computer. You can type a speech that you would never say. They would overlay the voice and the image of the person, and it is almost indistinguishable between the real person. Like, it would say, here's a press conference from George W. Bush, and he would say, Eskimos need to die, kind of thing. But he would never say that. But you have a press conference of, you would look at it and go, that's George W. Bush, and what's he got against Eskimos, kind of thing.
That's scary.
It's out there, and it's only getting better. So your estimation of when are actors going away? Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's where
scary.
that is. Oh yeah, it is, because you can't trust anything you hear, half of what you see, and it's so easy now to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. That's one of the things with the technological advances that they're making, and with everybody being online, it's so easy to get, especially with us. All we do is talk, and we put our stuff online. It would be no problem for somebody that, if they wanted to fake a message in our image, to pull all the info, whatever the words that they want to say, we've probably set in some context or other.
Yeah.
And they can put something together where you go, Jason and Mike, here's a YouTube video that you won't believe. And you're going like, I don't remember doing this. And it's like, then you have to defend something that's not real. Mm-hmm. And you can't defend against it because everybody's going, well, it's there on YouTube, so it must be real.
Scary, scary stuff.
It is. And we got AI to look forward to as well.
Woo. All hail our Lord Skynet.
That's right. Skynet is the way to go.
Yep.
As long as you keep the beer flowing.
I will be happy to be a pet. Thank you.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Just give me a belly rub once in a while.
No, it's like the way the advancement of technology is good and terrifying all at the same time.
This brings another interesting topic. This popped up on my Facebook. And the X-Men comics.
Okay.
They've had a major story arc going on right now. I think they're calling it the Powers of X or something like that.
House of Powers and Powers of X.
Yes.
Yeah. Pox.
Well, a huge revelation just came out.
Do tell.
That they were told, and this was, I guess, Wolverine and Moira McTaggart, I guess.
Yep.
Were the only two left or at this point or whatever.
Okay.
And I can't remember the name of who it is they're up against, but essentially it's human machine hybrids. Okay. And was pointed out to them because this being has been through multiple timelines, multiple dimensions, multiple different Earths, and every single one ends the same.
Badly.
Yes. Absolutely, there is no way, in any way, shape, or form, that mutant kind wins or survives.
Wow. Okay.
Because mutant kind and human evolution, which is the argument, right? That mutant kind is the next stage of evolution in humans.
Yes.
Humans today, in the last 20 to 30 years, have made the idea of human evolution obsolete. Because what is evolution?
It is the advancement of a species.
Adapting to your environment.
Yes.
With all our advancements in technology, we no longer adapt to our environment. We adapt our environment to us.
Okay, I see what you're getting
That's
at.
the argument. Technology has surpassed the need for human evolution.
And that is the fear of AI. That is the major fear of AI is that it will, once it starts, it will evolve to the point where it says humans are obsolete.
Humans are the cause of the death of the planet.
Yeah,
blah blah blah. Yes.
We don't need humans to continue evolving. Yeah, that could be problematic. But I've been listening to a couple different podcasts, and they're talking about AI, and some of the optimistic estimates of AI puts it at 20 years. Like free range, like turn on the AI and it does its own thing. Some of the pessimistic things, they're saying maybe 35 to 40 years down the road. Then we'll get true AI.
But why?
Because that's what humans do.
I know.
That's what they do.
Humans we create things to kill us. And that's eventually where AI will lead. All hail Skynet.
I'm more prone to think of the Hypnotoad. So, but no, it is.
Or the Glow Cloud.
Oh, hell, Glow Cloud. I believe AI. Well, I believe humans are creating AI and stuff like this because that's what we do. We always try to find the next best thing. And then you have to deal with the consequences of the next best thing, which nobody's really prepared for, especially when it comes to like AI.
It's going to lead to either A, Terminator, or B, Wall-E.
Oh, like
us just sitting in us fat, overweight, can't walk, floating in chairs, just having everything fed to us through tubes. And
okay, I have a feeling we are much closer to Wall-E than we are Skynet.
Definitely.
So it's when it comes to catering to the humans, as soon as we figure out a better form of robotics, then
they have Amazon drones.
Well, okay,
so you can get anything delivered to your home via drone.
Somebody still needs to control those drones, right? So once AI comes,
are they actually controlled, or are they being just controlled by a GPS system?
Somebody has to program it in.
I type my address into an Amazon order form.
Yeah.
That's the only physical work that needs to be done. Once it's in the system,
somebody has to program that stuff in. So it's not that the supercomputer at Amazon is just like picking up. Somebody has to physically pick up the package that you've ordered.
Do they?
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes.
You mean they don't have a warehouse somewhere where a robotic arm can reach out and go, here's this, put it in this box. Drone 437, take this to blah, blah, blah. Zoom.
Oh, possibly they're working on it, but we know people that work in Amazon warehouses.
We do?
Yes. Dave's brother and sister. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's there's still a human link into that machine.
For how much longer? Uh-oh.
Shecky. Fuck off. No, but there is that link, and it's still solid. I don't see general AI getting loose yet. Not for a while.
We probably won't see it in our lifetime.
Unless you're planning on dying in 20 years.
Never know.
Well, that's not very optimistic.
I'm still not pushing that fucking button.
No, huh? All right.
No, I don't know.
But no, the AI is coming, and I think it's going to be more Wall-E than Skynet.
I'm hoping for Wall-E over Skynet.
Okay, it would only stand to reason that if somebody's making AI, humans are making AI, they're going to build a fail-safe into that system where the AI will not turn against humans and kill them wholesale.
The Asimov's 3 laws of robotics.
Exactly.
One would hope that they are programming that in.
That you would be a fool if you were to design a system where there's the outside chance that it could start taking people out.
Just to explain, the Asimov's laws of robotics, a robot cannot harm a human being. Number 2, a robot
must obey an order from a qualified human.
Yes, and it cannot contradict order 1.
Yeah.
And number 3, a robot cannot hurt itself unless it's in contradiction to 1 and 2. Something along those lines. Although there is a 4th, the 0 law, that came up in the Asimov rules later.
Okay.
I read all the Asimov novels.
Yeah, that's what I said. I expect this is the Asimov is right in your wheelhouse.
I discovered Asimov in high school, and I read his entire future history from the robot novels all the way through to the end of the Foundation series. So it's fascinating stuff to me. And they came up with, in the 3rd robot novel, they came up with the 0 law, or 0th law, which precedes Order 1, that a robot will protect humanity over a single human being.
Okay.
And only one robot had that rule.
Okay. So here, according to Google, this is the Asimov's 3 laws of robotics. A robot may not injure a human being, or through inaction allow a human being to be harmed,
I couldn't remember the exact wording.
A robot must obey an order given by a human being, except where such orders would conflict the first law. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law.
Yes.
Now, there is Zeroth's law of robotics as well.
Yes.
In later fiction, where robots have taken responsibility of governments of whole planets and human civilization, Asimov has added a 4th law, or Zeroth's law, to precede the others. Zeroth's law: a robot may not harm humanity, or by inaction allow humanity to come to harm.
Yes, and only one robot had that.
You would probably want to spread that one out to the rest of the club.
No,
No,
because then they would start hurting humans to protect them. This is for your own safety. That was the argument against it.
That's a weird logic.
That was the argument.
That's weird.
But one robot developed it by accident. Okay. Because it also gave him the ability to read human minds, but not read their minds, more of like an empathic thing.
Okay.
But I can't remember the exact story. He got irreparably damaged because he broke Rule 1. And when they break the rule, their brain basically fries.
Yeah.
But the carryover robot from the robot novels, Daniil Oliva, or R. Daniil Oliva, because the R represents robot. He was investigating this. He met this robot. They had their discussion, and that robot passed on the secret, the one little flip of a wire that was needed to include the 0 law, and Daniil took that on. Gotcha. That's where Daniil Oliva, who's in the robot novels at the beginning, at the end of the Foundation series, which is now thousands upon thousands of years into the future, A couple people were searching for humanity's original planet. They were searching for Earth.
Gotcha.
They come to Earth. It's a dust ball. It's a wasteland. But there's a signal coming from the moon. And they go to the moon.
Yep.
And there's a man standing there, and it's Danil Oliva.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
Dun.
So it was a neat little cycle back. But yeah, that was that series fascinated me.
How many novels in this?
Oh
series?
God, the robot novels I think had 4 or 5. The Empire novels, which are in the middle, I think had 3, maybe 4.
Mm-hmm.
The Foundation series originally had 3. Then he added 2 prequels, I believe, to that, plus 2 more sequels. So
Wow.
yeah, and I have all of them. I read them. I discovered Foundation first.
Okay.
And then I and this is before the internet, so I did my research about who was Asimov, because he wrote a lot of that stuff, like the original 3 robot novels, the original 3 Foundation novels, all written in like the 40s and 50s.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He predicted back then where technology was heading. The only problem with his predictions, he put more time in it.
Okay.
Had he been alive, because he died, I believe, in the early 90s, his predictions came much, much sooner than he predicted. Now, we're still a ways off from what he fully saw, because we still don't have full-on space travel yet. But we're not far from it, and we're not far off from his prediction for that.
Now, would you believe that, in your opinion, is it because we have been put a break, like the brakes have been applied to the advancement of our technology? Because the rate of the advancement of technology from the Industrial Revolution to now has been somewhat breakneck, I would assume. And even in our lifetimes, we've seen the advancement of technology has gone exponentially.
The Dick Tracy TV watch.
Yes.
We have Apple Watches.
Absolutely.
You know,
Like
that's in my lifetime. That's a huge difference. This phone in my hand is more powerful than I don't know how many times more powerful, but incredibly more powerful than my Commodore 64 as a kid. And that was the top of the line for its day.
Yeah. So, okay, we've all seen that picture of that giant hard drive being loaded into the one warehouse where it's just like almost half a city block kind of thing.
Yeah, the multivac system.
Yeah, the multivac system. Okay. How many gigabytes of memory is in your iPhone?
That's a 64 gig.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now,
to make a multivac for that size, you're probably looking at the size of a city.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So
baffling.
It's the rate of evolution of our technology.
Yep.
is mind bending, and I'm really want to see where it goes.
I think if Asimov was still alive today, he probably would be scared.
Well, okay, Stephen Hawking was kind of scared of how things were going too before he passed away as well. And they're talking about alien intelligence, and
the argument has been
like
used
that.
many times in various films.
Yeah.
It's just because we have the ability to research this technology.
Should we?
Should we?
I think we should. Why? It all depends on context and intent, right?
I've never understood what is the need for AI? What is the purpose of that? There is no purpose.
Absolutely.
Other than to replace us.
Okay. You cannot put a human being on Venus. It's impossible. They'll die instantly.
Okay.
So if you build a robot sturdy enough to survive the atmosphere of Venus, you can put an AI into that robot and you can do research. AI is being used to research and develop theories about quantum mechanics and other things like that, trying to find the building blocks of us.
That's I don't know. It scares me. It does.
Well,
The prospect the AI prospect does scare me, legitimately.
But trying to find the beginning of everything is everybody wants to know where they've come from, right? And the building blocks of the universe, we haven't been able to nail everything down. Sure, we got the Higgs boson and stuff like that, but they're still trying to find dark matter, dark energy, all those other things that make up the rest of the universe. And AI will help them do that research where normal human computation just isn't fast enough, strong enough, able to crunch the sheer numbers or the sheer volume of data that you have to do to make that stuff work.
Yeah, I don't know. It scares me.
And we get Wall-E.
Everybody wants a Wall-E.
Everybody wants a Wall-E. It's so cute.
Yeah.
No, I just want one of those floating chairs.
Yeah, no, I could go for that. Yeah. They look pretty comfy.
They certainly did.
Yeah.
But I'm not as scared of technology as I think you are.
In general, I'm not scared of technology. It's just the prospect of AI. And it does stem from watching too many fucking movies.
Okay, you see, there is that negative aspect of, especially like
I grew up watching and being scared shitless of the Terminator.
Like, robots are bad.
Yeah.
So we have that negative protection instinct built into us when it comes to robotics and AI and stuff like this. That's where I think where you're talking about, well, when you turn the AI on, it's going to instantly start killing humans beings. I don't think that's going to be
as
built
long as we
into
have full assurances that those 3 laws of robotics are there, that will help me sleep at night.
I'm sure there's somebody way smarter than both of us sitting somewhere going, don't worry, it's already figured out.
It better be. It better be. Because we find out that you forgot to push that button, motherfucker, you're the first one going.
There's one line of code.
Yep.
Somebody forgot that one line of code.
They forgot a comma.
Oh.
They forgot a comma.
Don't kill human. Kill human. No. I think that when you get AI, you're going to see research and research and development is going to go through the roof when you finally get the power of AI working in the direction everybody wants it to be working in. Will it self-actualize and say humans are a virus? Maybe. But with your 3 laws in place, that will take that out of the equation, and maybe it'll come around to helping humans work through their issues, especially with environment and climate and this, that, and the other thing. Space travel could be one of the things that they're working, but I think that's kind of low on the list of priorities when it comes to developing AI and stuff like that.
It's scary. It will be scary until, but it's a long way off. It
is.
Again, I'll be surprised if we see it in our lifetime, honestly.
I have a hard time believing they're just going to put that on CNN and say, guess what? We've got AI.
Well, I don't know. They seem to make those announcements.
Oh, I think they do that.
Hell, they supposedly cloned a sheep all those years ago, and that was all over the news.
Well, that was a fact. But we don't know how many times they attempted to clone a sheep before they actually got it right.
True.
So
there's a whole lot of inside-out sheep with
we got one that worked.
6 feet.
Yeah. Here's the one that worked. Dunk. Say hello to Dolly. It's just like even successfully cloning a sheep is just one step in technology and moving the technology forward. Now it gets scary when you have somebody that's kind of lacking in the moral and ethic department when they get that technology in their hands. That's when
Do you think there are supervillains on the planet? True supervillains?
want to say no, but I know power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. When you get that power, if somebody gets that power, say China, a communist country, like a dictatorship, something like that, that person is not going to use that technology in a friendly, air quote, friendly way. They're going to use it for their personal benefit and gain, for themselves and for their people second. Will that create like a Skynet situation for everybody else on the planet? Possibly. But you also have to hope that there's superheroes out there too that get that same get a hold of the same technology of AI, and they will counterpoint the supervillain.
Well, let's hope Chuck Barris is out there to shut them down.
That, SEAL Team 6,
Yeah.
maybe a couple ninjas,
Kingsman.
Chuck Norris.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh.
That's a nuclear option right
Yeah,
there.
that's the nuclear option.
No, like this is the stuff I find fascinating between the stuff that's happening on this planet and the astrophysicists finding this stuff out there, because somebody was like finding pulsar stuff.
I thought I saw something where they actually found a planet that has water.
Yeah, Mars.
No, not Mars. Like another planet somewhere else that they think it's one of the first planets they found that they think might have actual water, which puts it closer to being habitable by humans.
Ooh,
I could have swore I saw that headline a few days ago.
I'm gonna have to start reading my science news.
I could be wrong, but I could have swore I saw that headline.
Okay, there's billions and billions and billions of stars in our universe, and billions and billions and billions of planets around those stars. Mm-hmm. There has to be a planet somewhere that has water on it besides ours.
Well, according to the TV show Preacher and their rendition of God on that show, huge spoiler for the series finale, Jesse Custer finally catches up to God and has a sit down with him, and they have a chat, and he asks them these questions, and he asks them, so aliens, other life? He goes, no, we're the only ones here. No, there's nothing else out there.
The odds.
He basically implied he was too busy dealing with Earth and the humans to make anything else.
I don't prescribe my science.
My
science knowledge.
We're not alone. You're right. The universe is infinite. The odds are there has to be other beings out there, other planets suitable for humans out there somewhere. They're just not easy to get to.
No. Now, have you seen any of the videos of the confirmed UFO sightings by the U.S. Navy that has been out, that has made the rounds the last year or so?
No.
Okay.
Although I did, I've been listening to a few episodes of Joe Rogan. Yeah. And I heard Dan Aykroyd episode talked a lot about that stuff.
Fantastic. There was an episode on Rogan where they actually talked to the Navy commander that chased one of these objects, and he goes, "It is 100% real." He came within a half mile. In his jet, he came within a half mile of it. He saw it, and it disappeared. And I'm dovetailing the Navy commander with the Bob Lazar stuff, where he's talking about the ships that he worked on when he worked at S4 on Area 51. There's too much evidence now.
I don't discount that. Absolutely.
No.
I am a believer in that stuff. So I've seen enough stuff with the internet and a few questionable things with my own eyesight that I don't just write off as all that was a plane or whatever. I just see a few little things here and there that just makes me wonder, So no.
There was my experience. I saw something. I was driving with a friend. We were out on Longwoods Road. We were driving out towards Thamesville area. I look up, and there's a bright light in the sky. It's not the sun. It's not the moon. It's a bright light, and it's moving. Pull over the car. Pull over the car. We pull over. We look up at it, and there's the bright light is still in the sky. And I can't tell how far. To me, it seems like it's a very far. It's big. Like it maybe. When I saw it, maybe like the end of my little finger. That's how big it seemed to me when it was in the sky.
Roughly moon-sized?
Roughly. But this is still, it was in the summer, so there's still, the sun is up in the west.
Okay.
So we're looking more southeast-ish area. So it's not the sun, not the moon. I know what the moon looks like. Do we see this bright light, and it's moving across the sky? And we look up a little bit farther, and we see contrails of jets moving towards it.
Okay.
And we went, wow, that's cool. We get in the car because we're kind of like on a busy road, so we get moving. We by the time we got into the car and I looked up to see where it was, the light was gone. So between however long, maybe 10 seconds to get back into the car and get on the road, the light was gone. You still see the contrails of these two jets moving towards where it was, but that thing is now gone. And I have no idea what it was. And there was like no word as to what it might have been in the news or anything like that. So it was just one of those things where, like, was it real? What was it? Why are those two jets up there? Why it like because those two
seeing two jets, that's right in and of itself is odd.
Yeah, they're not commercial jets.
No.
They're moving together.
If they were in close proximity, they're definitely not commercial
Exactly.
jets.
So somebody scrambled. We're close enough to Selfridge Air Force Base in Michigan. They could scramble jets like that to. They're not.
And that, if you're talking southwest, that's the direction you'd be looking.
Yeah. So, like I said, it would not take very long for jets to get from Michigan to where we were.
No.
And they were probably boogieing too. So, that's just, it just fascinated me that I did see something. I know I saw something. The guy that I was with saw it too. And then we couldn't see it anymore.
The closest thing I've ever seen is there's one night, and this was years ago, where you would think at night, it might be an airplane, but the way it moved,
didn't move like an airplane.
No, because it kind of went almost like a zigzag pattern almost.
That's what they're talking about with the Navy commander. He goes, "There's no way physically possible for a jet or an airplane to move the way this thing did because it
sharp turns.
He compared it to, he goes, okay, get a ping pong ball, put it in like a mason jar, shake it around. That's how this thing was moving. So it was just bouncing all over the place and disappeared.
Probably some sort of a point-to-point transport system.
They're talking about the one with the Bob Lazar episode. They're talking about they are affecting gravitational waves, and they don't even worry about gravity and stuff like this. They counteract it. It's like they think they want to go to a spot, boom, they're at that spot. I highly suggest you listen to the Bob Lazar episode and then the commander, the Navy commander.
I get drawn more towards the pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
But, you've talked about the Bob Lazar one enough that I probably will pull that one up.
I highly suggest
I just got through the Roseanne Barr episode, and my God, is she batshit crazy.
Yeah, I tried that one. I tried listening to that one because the last time Roseanne was on, it was just after her... The thing that she got with the Ambien, and she got turfed off her show. And it was like, okay, what's going on here? Now this is basically just like, yeah, I'm Roseanne Barr and I'm back on the horse, and that never really happened. And it was like,
she talks about it later in the episode and actually apologized a little bit for the situation because she let herself out of control with the Ambien and whatnot. So she does talk about that, but she's just loony. She's Looney Tunes, man. Although one thing I did catch that was interesting, she did a 2-stop tour workshopping They might pick it up next year with Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh.
Because they are good friends. And Dice pulled her into it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And
That's
apparently they did
fantastic.
2 nights. She did an hour, he did 90.
Wow.
And they it felt pretty good and whatnot, but they're both older and they're both very, very Jewish, so they don't like traveling in the winter. So that's her words, not mine. But they might be looking to revisit and retool, like tweak it a little bit and do something next year.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's an interesting combination.
I would love to see that because
Apparently Dice's thing is he's doing like a modern recollection of his past character. Like, I don't know what that means. That's how she described it. So I don't know if he's still the character and he's talking about how much of an asshole he was or if he still is, but how he would change. I don't know. Yeah. I'm intrigued to know what he's doing.
I remember watching the Dice Man Cometh stand-up in the theater when I was living in Edmonton. And all I remember is just sitting there roaring with laughter. And
we talked about this the other night at the Whiskey Wednesday. Yeah. We talked about the old stand-ups and whatnot, and I had a tape of a 2-tape set of Andrew Dice Clay. The Day Laughter Died. Yeah, it's called. Because I had a tape deck thing that could flip sides automatically, and I would just put it in a stand-up tape and let it play all night. Nice. While I was sleeping, so I was listening to it subliminally. So I've heard like
that explains a lot.
A couple Sam Kinison albums, Rodney Dangerfield just for flavor, Dice, Robin Williams.
I did the exact same thing. I was listening to Abbott and Costello.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it was mostly Abbott and Costello. A lot of the Who's on First bit. So that was the stuff that I was listening to. So that I'm right in the wheelhouse with you. And I got to show you this.
What the? That
you want to talk about cassette recorders?
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah. I found that at one
Does it work?
Yes, it does.
That's awesome.
Yep. It came with the power cord. It came with the original box.
Wow.
Yeah. So I showed you that to tell you a story.
Uh-oh.
Was that going to one of the...
Let me get comfortable.
Yeah. So went to one of the thrift stores in town. And one of the, where they've got the one glass box where they'll keep the really expensive crap.
Okay, yep.
I saw a recorder like that. I went, oh, I want one of those. I really want one of those. And then...
I have a box of cassettes at home.
I have cassettes too. I had to go on Amazon.
I have some mixtapes
that
I had from back in the day.
Yeah, come over. Okay. Play that. So I saw one of the recorder like that in one of the boxes, and I went, oh, I should get that. Max goes, what do you want that for? I went, recording stuff like that. She goes, you don't need that.
What do you want to be, Nancy Drew?
Yeah. Why not? What's wrong with Nancy Drew?
Nothing. She's got a new show starting soon.
Exactly.
They've revitalized Nancy Drew.
That's crazy. So I passed on that.
Okay.
I passed on the first one that I saw, and it bummed me out. And it was like, oh, I should have got that. I really wanted that. Like I said, maybe I'll go back and get
Ludo sad.
Ludo sad. And Max goes, oh, for fuck's sake, go back and get it. So I went, okay. So I hopped in the car, went to get it. It's gone.
Oh.
Gone.
Denied.
Damn you, woman. So I was like, oh, shit.
When you get into divorce?
Nah, she's still got qualities.
Okay.
So flash forward maybe a year. And like I said, I keep thinking about the one that got away. And I was like, I really wanted that tape recorder. I really wanted that tape recorder. She goes, if they have another one, you should get it. I was like, there's no fucking way there's going to be another tape recorder at this thrift store. So, sure as shit, there's one in the box. I went, you got to be kidding me. And it was like $25.
For a vintage piece of technology?
For a vintage piece of technology. That works, records. Everything works. Everything works.
Awesome.
Came in an original box, got the power cord, batteries working and everything like this. And I'm just like, I have to get it. She looks at me, she goes, fine. So I was like, I'll have that, please. And the lady behind the counter, she goes, oh, wow, look at that. I'm like, no, I have dibs. No.
Mine.
You had your chance. You didn't get it when you should have. This is mine. Get your hands off it. But it was like, I saw that. I went, oh, yeah. And I keep looking for like ghetto blasters and stuff like that. Those things are impossible to find because I remember talking, like when Kevin was talking about if I had to find a song, I'd have to wait for it to show up on the radio, then record it.
Yep.
And stuff like this. I'm going, I did that.
I did that with my very first tape recorder. I recorded a couple songs. One of the first ones I recorded was Rebel Yell by Billy Idol.
Yes.
And then I made the mistake. I used to hang out with a couple of cousins a lot on the weekends.
Yep.
And I left my tape recorder with this tape in there.
Oh, no.
For a little while. And my cousin went and messed with it. He made it so funny because he would chime in at the weirdest spots with like weird baby noises and stuff. But it was friggin' hilarious. I'm sure if I still have that tape, and I probably don't, but if I did, I'd probably just like, why did I find this funny now? But I listened to that with the edits that he made so many times. It just put a smile on my face.
Well, okay. That is probably playing around with a tape recorder when I was a kid has probably shaped and molded my love of podcasting and the stuff that I do now. Because, like I said, making new intros and playing around with sound, and like I am by no stretch of the imaginations a sound engineer or a sound producer, but I can pick and put stuff in the right order and kind of make it sound good. And I think it all started
compared to some other podcasts that we've experimented with, like and whatnot. The quality of our shows has always been Madhouse, and this one has always been pretty, like really good for a low rent operation. Our quality has been really, really good.
I was very insistent on that. Especially, I think it was because of talking with Rob when he was making movies, and everything was sound is key. It must sound good. Mm-hmm. If you make a movie, it has to sound good, or you're taking yourself out of that movie. And I think I pushed that into the idea of when I was doing the podcast, because my very first podcast that I did, I bought this laptop, and I had a USB Behringer mic. And I had no idea. And I talked to the guy that I bought it, like the shop that I bought it off of. I go, I want kind of a high mid-range microphone. He goes, well, you got this one for $30. I went, well, what about this one? And it was the Behringer, and it was like $75. He goes, that's pretty good. I said, I'll take that one then. So it has always been something that I focused on, is the quality has to be there. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't have probably the best voice for radio, but I'm getting my shitty voice the best chance I can with the equipment that I have.
Quality is key.
Yeah.
Again, I've poked my head in on a few other ones over the years that are in similar situations to us. Low rent, just a couple guys in their basement, whatever, and the quality's not there.
No.
Like they're using like. Remember the early days of the Madhouse, where you didn't realize you were using the onboard microphone a couple times and stuff. You know, it sounds like that's what they're doing, and it works, but it just doesn't sound crisp. It doesn't sound professional.
No, I agree, and that's why I got this mixer, because I could find a USB mic, shove it in here, and just put it in between the two of us, and hope for the best, or I went and found this on Kijiji or Craigslist for American listeners, but like Kijiji, and I found it, and it was $40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
So-
I was eyeballing, what my brief stint with DJing. I was eyeballing getting my own
Mix,
equipment, and I was looking at minimum 100 and some odd.
Exactly. See, I went to one of the music shops in town, and I'm going, I just want like a four track or something like that mixer for podcasting. And they're showing me different options. And I was looking at this one, and it was a 3-channel, and it was $110. Okay, let me think about that for a little bit.
Does that one have USB input?
No.
No, 'cause the one I was looking at did have.
Yeah.
It had a couple of the regular ports, but it also had a couple of USB ports.
There is this version of one. There's a newer version of this with the USB inputs. But when I found this, I was looking. I don't really want to spend
No.
$110 if I don't have to. So I went looking on one of the Kijiji. And somebody goes, yeah, I don't need it anymore. It's been sitting on my counter collecting dust. I went, I'll give you $40 for it. He goes, sold. I
Nice.
went, okay.
Looks pristine.
It is. And he goes, I used it once. Then he goes, he got out of whatever he was doing, and then he got back into it. Then he realized this is not enough for him.
Okay.
So that sat on a shelf.
Well,
So, and when I got it, he goes, I just cleaned it all up, sprayed it with a contact cleaner and stuff like this, and it's working like a charm. It's like almost out of the box new, and
very cool.
it's like $40 for this to make this product just that much better. Money well spent, as far as I'm
Absolutely.
concerned. So
Absolutely.
now, I looking at especially us right now with these. I don't like these microphones.
Okay.
I'm going to get better microphones because I think when I listen back on the shows, I think the microphones are a weak point right now.
I don't think I've noticed anything, but I'll have to listen a little
Maybe
closer.
I'm being a little too critical.
You could be. You might be being a little too harsh.
Yeah, but I think because these are lower end microphones, I want to look at getting good condenser mics. And
if anyone's listening from Shure microphones, I know you like to promote podcasts once in a while. We'll happily take some sponsorship.
absolutely,
Just throwing that out there.
product testing. We would love to test your
yes.
condenser mics,
Yes, please.
Yes, please. So, anybody wants to throw a couple up, I'll put a couple condenser mics on my Amazon wish list. Just ask me what my wish list is on, and if you want to buy it for me, hey, I would throw you a great big thank you. So that's just me being fussy about this.
But you know what? You can't fault that at all. This is your art. And if you're not happy with your art, you tweak it. That's my opinion on the George Lucas situation. My opinion changed, okay, because originally I was angry about it, but then, got thinking about it. We discussed it on the Madhouse numerous times and whatnot. He wasn't happy with his art, so he kept trying to get it closer to his vision.
Yeah.
And so you can't fault an artist for that.
No.
Same thing. If you think it needs a little something more, by all means.
Tweaking is in order.
Sure.
Tweaking is in order. Speaking of tweaking, I have a couple questions for you.
Uh-oh. Okay. How much time have we got?
We got all the time in the world, brother.
All
Don't
right.
worry about it.
All right.
Well, you got someplace you got to be?
Well, I do have people visiting.
Oh.
But it's all right. No, keep going.
No,
Go ahead.
we're good?
Go ahead.
Okay. Couple quick questions.
Okay.
Then I'll let you go.
Okay.
All right. This is... I'm still addicted to the would you rather. This is one of the things that's like, why did it take me so long to discover this? All right. Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Would you rather fight one capybara-sized guinea pig or 50 guinea pig-sized capybaras?
Okay. I've heard the term capybara, but I don't know how big they are.
They are maybe a medium-sized dog.
Okay. And those are, and They're
the largest rodent on the planet.
Yeah, but they kind of look like small elephants, don't they?
No.
No?
No. Hold on a second.
Okay, yeah. Can you show me a picture? Because I'm thinking of something. I must be picturing something else in my head.
To the Google machine.
Capybara.
Capybara.
I've heard the term many times.
That's a capybara.
Okay. All right.
I think they have some at Greenview Aviaries.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of those, a guinea pig that size.
A guinea pig, a capybara-sized guinea pig,
Okay.
or 50 guinea pig-sized capybaras.
Again, I don't know anything about capybaras, so I don't know how feral they are, and I don't know what they have for claws. or
They
anything like
are herbivores.
that. Okay.
They are not known to be venomous.
Not known to be venomous. Okay. All right. I'm going to say the 50.
The 50s.
Yes, I know that's a large number, and the numbers game might work against me, but the size advantage, I think I might be able to squash them before they get me.
Okay. I think
You're talking a capybara-sized guinea pig. I'm thinking Food of the Gods.
yeah, it could be a problem there.
And I remember watching Food of the Gods at 3 o'clock in the morning at my best friend's house when I was like 8 years old, and laughing my ass off. Because that counted as a scary movie back in the day.
Okay. Would you rather fight to the death a 5-foot version of Shaq or an 8-foot tall version of Kim Kardashian?
Oh, Lord. I'll take the 8-foot version of Kim Kardashian.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Why? Because it's Kim Kardashian. Any chance I can get to do
Take
bad
out a
things?
Kardashian?
Exactly. Yeah, I have to take that opportunity.
Okay.
Got to thin that herd.
Yeah. All right.
Roseanne Barr is infatuated with the Kardashian asses. She wants to have surgery to get her ass to look like a Kardashian ass.
You know, okay, you just got to eat Twinkies nonstop, and you get an ass like a Kardashian. Now, that's not saying you're not going to get all the other baggage that goes around with being a Kardashian. But okay, I can't find it, but I do remember it.
Okay.
Last one. Would you rather have a shower that keeps you fresh for 7 days, or a bed that after 1 hour gives you the equivalent of 8 hours rest?
Ooh, I'll take the bed.
The bed?
Yes. I shower every day anyways.
Okay.
That's it's almost an OCD thing for me. If I can get a good sleep,
Yeah.
Even if in a short amount of time, I'll take that hands down.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah.
I did too. I asked Mags this questions as well, and she goes, "I like taking showers." I went, "All right." So she goes, "If I can crawl into a bed and get the equivalent of 8 hours sleep in 1 hour's time, I would be so happy."
Don't they have something that can kind of do that?
Ambien.
No. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought they have these.
Oh.
like it's like a lounge chair with like a hood.
You are thinking of theta wave generators.
Is that what that is?
I do believe that's what
It
to
does
the Google
something-
machine.
Isn't it something equivalent to like it reacts? It does something with the brain waves to like equivalent to REM sleep or something.
Yes. Okay, here it is. Theta waves, 3 to 8 hertz. Theta brain waves occur most often in sleep, but are also dominant in deep meditation. Theta is the gateway to learning, memory, and intuition. In theta, our senses are withdrawn from the external world and focus on signals originating from within. So basically, it's REM sleep or deep sleep, and deep sleep is the best sleep.
And that's kind of what happens when you're in like an isolation chamber.
Yes.
Because I did the flow therapy, the isolation chamber once.
Yeah. I got to go back.
I want to do it again.
Yeah.
They have they've moved here in town.
Yes.
They have the room.
Yeah. That's the one I'm interested in, because the pod was fine. I had no problem with it, but it was just a little too stuffy for me.
Okay.
Like there was,
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I had no problem with it once I got used to it.
Yeah, Alex, I was there. I had the door open a little bit, get some fresh air into it. Then I did end up closing the door, but the room I think it will have a more space to regulate the airflow kind of thing. And I did a 30-minute sauna first. Fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Fantastic idea. It was a 30-minute infrared sauna. It just opened everything up, got a good little sweat going, then hopped right into the tank. And it was just like, oh, yeah. If you're going to do that, I highly suggest getting the sauna float package because
keep that in mind.
It is so relaxing. It gets you in the right frame of mind. And it said the sauna feels
Well, when
great.
I did it literally an hour before we left to go on the cruise. No, actually, it wasn't even an hour before. They picked me up from the float therapy place, and we were on the road.
Oh, yeah?
So
you were like sitting in the back going, everything's great,
Yep.
man.
I felt really good until we got halfway to Florida, and then it was all gone.
Yeah. Okay, here's a fun little thing. Rogan has a float tank.
Oh, yeah?
He microdoses psilocybin in the float
I
tank.
think I heard him talking about that.
And they're talking about this is the best way to use a float tank. And I'm not quite sure I'm ready to microdose and climb into one of the float tanks here in town and then try and get myself back home.
I don't even know what psilocybin is.
Mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
So,
Because he talked about that, and he talked about DMT, and
yeah.
I don't even know what half these things are.
He did a.
He's having sober October, so
that in and of itself is fantastic. But the DMT, there was a Netflix documentary that he hosted, Rogan hosted, talking about DMT.
Okay.
And I'm going like, how do I get my hands on DMT? And it just sounds fascinating. And
apparently he talked about it briefly with Dan Aykroyd. And but he didn't want to step on toes or something. Like he didn't want to reveal anything.
Yeah.
But apparently it's not that hard to come by.
No.
Or at least it's not that hard to manufacture or harvest or whatever it is.
That was one I stumbled across. I followed a couple links off of Reddit, and I found I don't think it was YouTube, but it was one of the other video platform kind of thing, and they showed you straight up how to make DMT.
Okay.
And I was like, there it is.
Something you can make in your kitchen?
Basically. Yeah. Basically, yeah. And like you don't need a trailer for Breaking Bad or anything like that.
No, you don't need a hazmat suit?
Don't need nothing like that.
Okay.
But like I said, they showed you step by step how to make DMT.
Is this on the dark web?
No.
Okay.
No, this was actually straight up normal web.
Sorry, I said that wrong. The dark web.
The dark web. But they said if you go on the dark web, you could probably just buy some DMT instead of going through the hassle of trying to make it yourself.
That whole dark web reference, I was referencing Letterkenny. They just dropped a new season.
Oh, okay.
Fucking love that show. I've already watched all 6 episodes. So.
I'm not surprised.
Fuck, I love that show. It's taken a bit of a slightly different turn, just a little bit.
Okay.
But it's still, I absolutely love that show. Letterkenny I will say it's my favorite show. It is my favorite.
I like it too.
I have a lot of great shows, a lot of shows that I follow and whatnot, but I love Letterkenny.
Awesome. All right. Hour 20. Want to go home?
Sure. You don't have anything else?
I think I've run out of stuff to talk
All right.
about.
Well, I've got Little Shop of Horrors coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, the stuff that we plug.
Yeah, the plugs.
The plugs.
You know, the shameless plugs.
Yeah.
For your town here. Little Shop of Horrors.
One more thing. Okay, you know how Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes have been pimping?
Oh, they're everywhere.
Everywhere. Did you see the Pornhub?
I saw the pictures. Is that an actual video?
Yes,
there is video. Okay, I've got to find the video. I thought it was just stills.
No.
Okay, I got to find the video then.
Yes.
I didn't realize it was an actual video.
Yes, I watched it, and it was fantastic. I
The
laughed.
pool boy cometh.
The pool boy cometh, and I'm just like, oh, this is fucking. These guys are fucking geniuses.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and then
That's why I love that, man.
And then Kevin put another thing on YouTube. You know, are you familiar with the ASMR
Yes.
phenomenon?
Yes.
Kevin did one of those
Smoking-
as Silent Bob
Smoking weed.
smoking weed.
Yes.
It was Silent
I
Bob.
saw the link. I haven't watched it yet
I watched it today, and I went.
because I don't understand the fascination with ASMR. Crystal watches one that's in that realm.
Yeah.
It's just this skinny little Asian girl eating massive amounts of fast food.
What?
Like, so she's from, I think originally from, I don't know, South Korea or something.
Yeah.
But she's traveling. So she'll go and she'll get like half the menu from a Five Guys or half the menu from Popeye's Chicken or like, so she's sitting there. A couple of these things she's watched, she's filming it in a bathroom stall at the airport. Because that's where she's at. And so
Okay.
she's got a big tray in front of her that has like 6 hamburgers, a mound of fucking French fries, and just all sorts of shit. And she just sits there eating it. And Crystal will watch this at night when I'm already under the influence of my bedtime medicine, half asleep, and I walk into the bedroom or whatever, and it's on. I don't get it.
I am baffled by it as well because I was watching okay, down the YouTube rabbit hole Mike goes. I'm addicted to watching this one dude clear out storm drains.
Really?
Really?
Does he find treasures? Like,
No.
Okay.
No,
okay, then now I'm lost.
They're blocked storm drains. And like it's raining, he's East Coast state someplace. So he walks around, he cleans out flooded streets. And like you sit there, he has a GoPro and he goes, yep, that's a clogged drain. He'll clean it out. And somebody was watching them too. And he goes, oh man, this is some great ASMR. And I'm going, what's ASMR?
Is he talking much?
Sometimes. Like he'll
But it's mostly just him working.
just him working. Like
That's ASMR. That's what this girl is doing
Yeah.
because she'll talk a little bit of what she's eating, or whatever. But mostly it's just her.
yeah. So that's what this guy. I had no idea what this stuff was. So I'm already on YouTube. I type in ASMR, and it's just like lists.
It is the biggest trend going right now.
I have no idea why this happens.
I don't know either.
I don't get it.
I don't
get it. Like I was watching one because I'm just like clicking around on random links. I'm going, what is all the fascination of this? And there's this girl laying on like a chaise lounge by the pool, and she's putting suntan lotion on her arms. And very silently whispering. I had to put my earbuds in, and I cranked it up, and I could barely hear what she said.
ASMR is made to be listened to with headphones and earbuds. It is made for that because you're supposed to get the full in-depth sensory experience.
Okay.
That's what it's made for.
Oh.
I don't get it. I do not understand it. Now I will check out Kevin's because it's Kevin and he's my boy.
Yeah.
But I don't. I do not get the fascination.
No.
Some people say, well, it's fascinating. It's relaxing. I don't get it, especially eating food.
I don't.
I don't see what's relaxing about hearing.
Exactly. Okay, how many times did we get yelled at on the movie Madhouse podcast? If Christina brings us,
dude, that was before AMSR. We were the first.
we were the first.
We were the first ASMR.
pioneers.
Yeah. Take that, Christina.
But it was just this ASMR stuff is just mind bending to me. I don't get it.
I don't either.
But if like the one guy, the comment goes, "Oh man, this is some brilliant ASMR. I've got goosebumps." I'm going, why do you have goosebumps? How is this affecting you in such a way that you are getting a visceral reaction to listening to a dude rake shit out of the way?
I know the definition of ASMR. So
Yeah, okay. But he said it was one of those things that it's like, okay, I'm already invested in this dude. It's ridiculous that I'm watching this dude clear out storm drains, and then now I am adding a level of ASMR to this that I had no idea even existed. All right, what do you got?
Well, the definition, this is bizarre. This is the Oxford. It's autonomous sensory meridian response.
Autonomous sensory meridian
Yes.
response? Okay.
So it's that tingly sensation you get, almost like goosebumpy, that you'll get from certain sounds or visuals, or
Okay.
that's what it is.
So it's one of those autonomic responses to a
an
stimulus.
It's an automatic response that gives you goosebumps, the chills on your spine, and that's ASMR. So why people get that effect from these videos, I don't understand. I have not experienced that on this type of video.
No.
Now, I haven't watched a whole lot of them, mind you, and maybe I'll watch the Kevin one and I'll get that. I don't know. But that's also Kevin.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a response because it's Kevin one way or another.
He sits there. He's right for the beginning of like unpackaging weed to the grinder. Like
I live that.
Yeah. So this is like, that's why I brought it up. And I'm just like, you would find this fascinating because it is start to finish of this. But he's got a giant ass Yeti microphone in the front of him, and it's picking up
They make
everything.
specialized microphones for it.
He
Like,
might
they're
have found
ultra
one.
sensitive.
Oh, this thing, like he sits down and you can like hear stuff moving and creaking and stuff like. So it would. I'm just listening to. I didn't have headphones or anything like that. So I'm just listening to it from my iPad speakers, and it's just blasting out the sound. So whoever sound engineered that just going 10, fine, 10.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups made an ASMR video.
Really?
With multiple people involved because I know one of the people in it.
Oh,
She's from Chatham. She used to work with Crystal at Winners.
tell me
Her name's
more.
Angelina.
Oh.
ALB in Wonderland is her YouTube channel.
I remember her.
Yeah, she was a part of that.
And she was just
I don't know exactly.
eating?
I think so. But she was involved with that marketing. She's a part of that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it's because I'm not truly experiencing it properly. I'm not with headphones and all. I will watch the Kevin one with my headphones on. But it's a weird trend. I don't get it.
All right. So, Little Shop of Horrors.
I'm still waiting to. When are they going to do a porn ASMR?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, isn't all porn that way?
Yes.
It gives it some sort of automatic response.
Some dude with a shotgun mic like 3 inches behind the camera just going, go for it. And just like, oh.
Oh yeah, the sound quality on some of them can be a little rough.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that was a little much.
Wow.
That was a little much. I can't believe I did that. Okay, Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay, don't ever do that again.
Little Shop of Horrors. It's in a couple weeks, October 31st, November 1st and 2nd, at the UCC Theater here in Chatham.
Oh, you got it back.
Yes, because the strike was averted and they did not have to go through the whole process again.
Nice.
So we got our theater.
So you're back
set.
where you're supposed to be.
Yep. It's coming together, so we're looking forward to it. If you're not familiar with Little Shop of Horrors, it's not for kids.
movie.
If you bring small kids, we have standing orders to freak them out.
Nice.
So if we make a little kid cry, we get bonus points. So
Sweet.
yes. So bring your small children at your own peril.
Is there a splash zone?
No, not for the show.
Okay.
No, if it was Evil Dead the musical, there'd have to be.
Okay.
I think that's in the rules of that show. I've experienced that. So,
Okay.
but yeah, that's coming up in a couple weeks.
Tickets?
Tickets, studioblack.ca, I believe you can find the link there. If you if you have me on Facebook, I usually share the link at least once a week.
There you go.
I don't think they're on cktickets.com this year though. And I'm not sure why.
Not associated with the city, probably.
Well, yeah, because it's not at the Capitol, so that's probably a big part of it. Yes,
It's like,
but I'm quite sure studioblack.ca has the link as well.
all right, quit banging on my table.
So.
Hey, really?
Yeah. Besides that, I want to throw this out there because I'll be writing it tomorrow. Please, if you're so interested, I'll be writing this month's movie review article for the World of Myth magazine,
theworldofmyth.com.
and that usually drops the 24th
of each month.
The movie I'm reviewing this month was really, really good.
Oh yeah.
I'm really anxious to write.
Can you
this
give
review.
us a spoiler?
I can tell you what it's called.
What's it called?
It's called Unsane.
Unsane.
It came out, I think, 2 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe even just last year. But
Horror movie?
No, it's more of a dramatic thriller.
Okay.
But it really it gets close to horror elements.
Dramatic thriller. That would make it a driller.
Sure.
Dramedy.
Killer thriller. No.
Oh, I watched that as a kid.
Yeah, that's the movie I'm reviewing, and it really was really good. So,
all right, cool.
I'm anxious to write that one.
All right. Sounds good.
What do you got going on?
GWN November 2nd, Saturday, November 2nd.
Yes.
I was just like, it's coming up. I should really know this stuff by heart. It's about Hamilton, Steelworkers Union Hall, Barton Street, Hamilton. Tickets, I do believe advanced tickets are very close to being sold out.
I think I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah. There will be some available at the door, but if you're in Hamilton, secure a ticket before you run out of luck. But
Again, I wish I could be there, but
you're busy.
Yep.
Chasing your whimsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I know.
One day.
Day.
One day you'll be a professional. You are a professional wino.
Yeah.
So
Well, no, I'm not getting paid.
you're not getting paid?
No.
Fucking amateur wino.
Yep.
I just do it for the love of it, man.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
Oh, so thank you for stopping by Thank you for stopping by Dispatches from Shed Quarters. I'm Mike.
I'm Jason.
We will talk with you next week.
Bye-bye.